Hello, this is Mr. Chabry. So, here are the top Pokemon I think are going to be used in the Mega Melee. Of course, this is before the actual competition, so that could change in time for the competition, but I think these Pokemon are the ones that you're probably going to see the most. So, let's just hop into it. So the first Pokemon on this list is Mega Metagross, and Mega Metagross is a Pokemon that has really nice bulk, really nice attack, and really nice speed. It's a Pokemon that really doesn't have that many drawbacks to using. It's got wonderful stats around, and it gets really good attacks. I'm imagining there's probably going to be quite a few Bullet Punch using Metagrosses in this. I think Zen Headbutt for stab, Meteor Mash for the possible stat boost effects, and also a fourth move for coverage, possibly Earthquake, Ice Punch, moves like that. But Mega Metagross there's quite a few Pokemon running around that can easily check this. A lot of Pokemon in this competition can get Sucker Punch. There's some fire types running around. There's some ground types running around. The problem is that check it. It's hard to predict which set that you're going to face when you're facing a Metagross, but it's a Pokemon that I've seen used a lot on Showdown, and it's one that's got really nice stats. The next Pokemon I have on my list is actually Gengar. So Gengar is a Pokemon that I've noticed getting a lot more usage as of late on Showdown, and it's not really hard to see why. It has really nice speed and really nice special attack. The thing is, most of them I've seen has the Focus Sash, and Focus Sash on Gengar is really good. The biggest problem with it is there's a lot of Sucker Punch users, but actually Gengar gets its own Sucker Punch. So say you're going against Sableye with Focus Sash and Metal Burst, you can hit it first with a Shadow Ball. That'll bring it down to its sash. It will Metal Burst onto your Gengar, and then you can actually Sucker Punch it. And Sucker Punch on Gengar, it goes first because Gengar is a really fast Pokemon. And that's actually a really good thing for Gengar because it might not have the best attack stat, but if your opponent is at 1 HP, that doesn't matter. If you play Gengar well, Gengar can actually do a lot for you. It also has the Cursed Body ability, so it could also disable your opponent from using the attack that was really wreaking havoc on you. But Gengar is one of those Pokemon that are going to be hard to use because it's so frail, it's so easy to take out, and it's just a hard Pokemon to use in this competition. But I've noticed people using it on Showdown, so that's why I included it here on my list. So the next Pokemon on my list is Mega Mawile. So Mega Mawile has really nice stats and also gets Swords Dance, Sucker Punch, Play Rough. It gets Elemental Fang move so you can round out your coverage. It's just a really nice Pokemon, especially for this competition where it's one-on-one battles. Mega Mawile has decent defenses. It's not the best, but it will help you survive certain hits. Mega Mawile is just a pretty good Pokemon. When you send it out, it has Intimidate, so you can intimidate the other opponent if they have a physical attacker. You can also give it Hyper Cutter as the ability if you'd rather prevent it from being intimidated. And I think either one of those is actually really good for your Mawile. The next Pokemon I have on my list is Mega Charizard Y. So the main reason I picked Mega Charizard Y over X is because of the Drought ability. I think it's going to do a lot better, especially since you can give Mega Charizard Y the Blast Burn attack, and that is a super powerful fire type attack. Plus you have Drought boosting it, and you also get the stab bonus to it. So it's just a really strong attack that's going to devastate a lot of Pokemon on the first turn. And that's really what you want with most of these battles, is to devastate your opponent on the first turn. It's just a really great Pokemon. Plus you have Solar Beam, just in case your opponent sends out a water type, that will take care of that. You could also bring Ancient Power if you think you're going to come across other Charizards. Mega Charizard Y is just a really nice Pokemon in this competition. And the main draw is Blast Burn, and it's going to be pretty popular, I would say, in this competition. It hits hard. So the next Pokemon I have on my list is Mega Salamence. So Mega Salamence is one of those Pokemon that is just really nice all around. It has good attack, good special attack, good defense, decent special defense, good speed. It's just a hard-hitting Pokemon that can take hits as well. And Mega Salamence, I think, is going to be really popular in this competition, mainly because it can get Aerialate, Hyper Voice. So a lot of Pokemon in this competition are probably going to be bringing Substitute. The main thing with that is to prevent counter Metal Burst users from hitting back their Pokemon with a lot of damage. And you can have your Salamence to bypass that, do a lot of damage, and just do a lot of damage even though your opponent is thinking that they're safe behind a Substitute. Another good thing about Salamence is when you first send it out, it has Intimidate, so that's going to intimidate physical attackers. It's going to help your Salamence, who already has decent bulk, take better hits. The main problem with Salamence is it's really weak to Ice-type moves, and I think there's going to be a few Pokemon bringing Ice-type moves just for Salamence and Garchomp, because Garchomp's still in this competition. It's not as popular as I thought it was going to be, but I think Salamence is going to be the main dragon of this competition, and it's going to hit really, really hard if you're not careful. It also gets some other good attacks. It can get Earthquake, and that's the thing, you could be running a mixed attacking Salamence. You can have Earthquake to take care of Metagrosses. You can have Earthquake for fire types, because there's a few Blazikens and Charizard X's running around. You just have a lot of options available to you if you run your Mega Salamence. And here's the Pokemon that I think is going to be number one in this competition, and that is Mega Kangaskhan. So Mega Kangaskhan, it is a really strong Pokemon, plus it has Parental Bond, so that bypasses your problem with Focus Sash users, and it also does a lot of damage, plus it gets scrappy when you first send it out, so you can even fake out Ghost types that are running around. You can give it Sucker Punch if you want to. It can get Earthquake. It can get a lot of strong moves. It could even get Giga Impact. You might see a lot of them running Seismic Toss. It's just a really all-around good Pokemon. Plus, it gets some coverage moves like Ice Punch. And I think Mega Kangaskhan in this competition is going to be the number one Pokemon that you're going to have to face. It's really good Pokemon. There's a few fighting types running around, but I think Mega Kangaskhan, for the most part, might be able to handle those. Has decent bulk, and it just hits really hard. You do not want to be hit with a Mega Kangaskhan. Plus, with that Parental Bond, you can bypass substitutes, you can break the substitute, and then do a little bit more damage. That's why I think Mega Kangaskhan is going to be the number one Pokemon in the Mega Melee.